welcome back. And today we have a very powerful episode. So to give you context on how we plan our podcast, would you like to share how we actually plan our podcast?
Well, we have a date and we talk about different ideas, things that have come up during the week, things that people have mentioned to us, things that have happened, and we see what inspires us. And we make a plan, and then you change it. Because yesterday we had a whole plan to talk about something different, and then in the evening, right before bed, right?
Right
you
before
were like,
bed, yeah.
Actually, I want to talk about this other thing. I was like, yeah, okay.
So I love that because you can apply that process with everything in life. I think that means you still make time to do the thing. You have intentional time to work on it, and then you have it, and then you let it go. But that doesn't mean that it's done. And then at night, I had this just 5 seconds message, and I share it with you. But imagine I didn't have that. It will still feel nice that we had something there.
Yeah, I think one of the big things for us, both of us, is that we are really bad doing something that we're not like fully bought into.
Yes.
Like we can't do things out of obligation.
No, it has to be 100% yes or no. But this is interesting because the topic is really about that. Is it worth having something certain, like safe, like this idea that we had about a different topic of the podcast, or completely let go of that and lean into what you should be doing, or what you actually want to do, or what your heart tells you to do. So that was good. I didn't plan that opening, but this is exactly what we're talking about. This leap of faith that people have the possibility to take or not take, and that will completely change their life forever.
Okay, but give the context.
So for context, someone came to us randomly.
Yeah.
We didn't expect that. Can't reveal her or his name or what she or he does. But that person said, I want to share something with you guys because I just know that you will listen and maybe you can share whatever you think about this. But I don't feel entirely sure that this is the place that I belong. Like I want to keep working here. And I feel that there's something more calling me. And there's something else that I want to be doing because I'm so confident about my skills. And I know I can be doing better, or I can achieve greater things. And I felt like I just finished a cycle here in this job. But of course, I'm afraid. I don't know what to do because the future is uncertain. I do have something very stable here. And besides that covers my rent. So I don't know what I'm going to do without this. I do want to leave, but I don't know how to do it. So what do you guys think?
That was a really beautiful, surprising moment, I think, because we didn't know this person very well. We just kind of see them on occasion, but they really felt like, I see that you guys have left your country. I see that you guys are building your own life. And it was an honor that they would ask for our opinions.
Yes.
So, yes.
How about before sharing what we told her, let's explore our own experiences with times in our lives when we had to take the leap and we felt a lot of uncertainty and we felt afraid that things were not going to work or even where to start. But we just knew there was something calling us and it was not staying in the same place. It involves changing, it involves moving. So you mentioned that one of the biggest decisions that you made was to end your first relationship, and it was tough. So I want to know, before you tell me about the leap of faith that you took and why you decided to take that, what is it that you felt in that relationship? What is it that you had that it was so certain that it was not easy to take the leap of faith?
So in that first relationship, leaving that relationship is one of the first things that I'm really proud of, because specifically it was so comfortable. It was stable, it was safe, he was a good guy. There was nothing bad, nothing wrong. I just had this like lingering feeling in my heart that it wasn't, I guess, like this person, that I just knew that there was something better out there for me. I knew that there was more for me. It's one thing to have like a really bad relationship, an abusive person, and that's hard to leave too, but it's a different kind of leap. It took me a long time. It was
A long time.
5 years in the relationship. I can't say that I always doubted, so I don't remember at which point. But let's say probably at least 3 years
Wow.
of debating and not being sure. But
Well,
just
What were the stories or the questions in your mind at that time?
I guess it's, yeah, for me, I haven't had this issue with jobs as much because I've known that jobs can change. But when you're in a relationship, you kind of want to think, oh, are they the one for life?
Yeah.
Right. And he ticked like most of the boxes, like all the good things on paper were fine.
But what made you doubt?
So one of the biggest things for me, and it seems minor, is that oftentimes we would be eating dinner and we just wouldn't have anything to talk about. I would try and yeah, it would just be silent, not uncomfortable. He was very comfortable being silent, but just something in me was like, no, I dream of a relationship where I want to talk to the person all the time. And that's exactly what I got. But because I knew, like, he's a great guy, nothing wrong with him, but he's not the one for me. Like, I just knew I need someone that I really want to be excited to be exploring and talking and sharing what I'm learning about with all the time.
So you knew what you wanted.
I did. I think the first step for me was recognizing that I could want more, right? Because there's, I think, a part of us that are like, maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I should just be grateful for what I have. Because yeah, there was a lot to be grateful for, you know? And then you have to believe that there's something better out there, or just, I don't know if I did. I just knew that I wasn't in the right place. And I just had to go.
Maybe the word is not better. Maybe
Yeah.
the word is just like what you really want could be out there. And the only way to find out is just to go and
Go do
get it, right?
Yeah.
But there's people that see that opportunity or that possibility, but they ask the question, well, what if there's none?
Yeah.
What if I don't find that? Then I will regret leaving the relationship. And then I realize that this person was perfect. Could be the case for you. And you actually told me that after you decided to break up with him, at one point, you questioned, you regret it.
Yeah.
So before we get there, what made you finally decide, okay, I'm leaving? Was there a specific moment was trigger and you were like, okay, I'm done?
Okay, this is kind of horrible, but I met someone and realized that, okay, it is possible. It is possible to have
What you want?
what you want.
Were you looking for it?
Yes.
I see.
I was very
So
much
you
looking.
decided first.
Yes, yes. I had been debating for a couple years.
How did you feel? Well, how did you feel then, and how do you feel now about that decision? Because in a way, just having that intention, it's acting behind your partner's back, right?
Yeah, we've talked about this in another episode, but obviously I would do things very differently now.
Yeah.
The main issue is that I never communicated what I really wanted with him. I didn't know you could. I didn't know you could voice these things out loud. And so I just kept it in and then was like looking. So that's a problem. And I'd say that connects to people with jobs. You could feel unsatisfied in your job and then you just start looking for another job. But actually, as we've seen with one of our friends, Michelle, I really admire her that she shared with her boss that she wanted something of her own. She wanted to build something new. She was like, felt like she kind of finished a cycle and was ready for a new challenge. And she shared that with him and said, this year I want to build something on my own. And he respected that, gave her the space to do that. And then she created a whole nother business that's now been a huge part of the main business. So looking back now, that would be my ideal, either for a job or a relationship, to communicate what you're feeling. And so, yes, I don't like how I handled things at all with that first relationship, but it's all I knew at the time.
But at the time, what did you feel? Did you feel guilty? Did you feel bad? Do you feel like you were doing something wrong? What were you feeling when you attract this other person?
Honestly, and that moment, so alive.
Ooh.
Just so alive. It was like, oh, I wasn't crazy. I guess it's true that this thing that I felt is real.
It's for a reason.
Yeah, it's for a reason. And so, yeah, I felt super alive. I don't like how I ended that relationship at all. Like horrible because I was just like so on to the next thing. I was just so excited. Then that's why I said like 6 months later or a year later, I regretted it.
Why you regretted it?
Because things are not always as easy. And, you know, nothing happened with this other person. And then you go on into life and it's not that easy.
But did you think for a moment that this other person was the one? Because it made you feel so alive, right?
Yeah.
And we know friends that have ended a relationship and then get into another one and feel like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
now I feel alive.
Yeah.
This is it. And this is my person and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
But those almost never, I don't know if we have any examples where
That
that
they
actually
stay.
lasted either.
Yeah.
I think sometimes these people come into our lives just to be that trigger.
Yes,
And so,
their
yeah,
catalyst.
of course, that weekend or whatever that I met this other person, I obviously thought they were the answer. But luckily it cut off like immediately. So I didn't get to go too deep
I
down
see.
that.
So
Yeah.
you did experience regretting after taking that leap of faith, because leaving your
Yes.
partner
Yeah.
was a leap of faith because he was giving you everything,
Yeah.
almost everything.
Yeah.
Because if he did, you will stay.
I'd say for all my main leaps of faith, because it's not just relationships. I've had leaps of faith in career as well, like
Yeah,
becoming.
we'll get into that. Yeah.
Well, I'll say in each of them, I think for me at least, there's an initial high. It feels freaking amazing. You're like, yes, I'm so brave. I'm like, finally broke out of this thing.
It's like uninformed optimism.
Yes,
Optimism.
exactly. And then there's a dip. There's always a dip, I'd say, where things don't work out as well as you think. It's a struggle.
It's informed pessimism.
Yes, exactly. And you start to be like, holy crap, did I just mess everything up? And you just have to push through it. You just accept. You know, that's where a lot of people go back and like, I'm so sorry or something.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I myself tried to go back to a relationship in the past because I felt guilty, and I'm so happy that it didn't. But I try.
Yeah.
I try and I almost screw it up, and that is because, like you said, you didn't push forward.
Through the uncomfortable part, right?
Yeah.
Because it's uncomfortable facing this new reality.
Yeah, it's like going on a journey, or like you're climbing a mountain, and then halfway you're like, no, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
But you were so close to get to the top,
Yeah.
and then you never saw the top because you regretted and went down and stayed down.
And it's not to say that to go back is always a wrong decision. Maybe, like, even though I'm so glad I didn't go back, I do think that if for some reason I had gone back with that partner, even the second relationship that was really bad, I think I would have gone back with a different force. I guess it depends on the energy with which you go. If you come back like giving up, or if you come back, okay, I learned this from our time apart.
Right, and I realized that I'm choosing this
this.
person. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it work.
Like
Yeah.
us, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous at times coming back together, that we were coming back for that reason. It's been a process to be like, no, we've chosen. Like we've grown and we're actively choosing this, not because we don't think there's anything else out there or
Yeah.
this.
Okay, so jobs. You said also, because this is connected with the main story.
Yeah.
This person. Let's name this person. Let's
Okay.
name this person.
Yeah,
Flower.
Okay.
Flower came to us with this dilemma, and she doesn't know if she wants to leave her job or not.
Yeah.
She knows she's meant for more. She said it verbally.
Yeah.
She's like, I know I'm meant for greatness.
Yeah.
And I kind of settle because someone very loved passed away, and then I've been struggling with that loss. But now I'm ready to go back. And I asked her, well, what do you think this loved one have told you if that person was alive? And she said immediately that I should go for it. And she has a big dream. So the only thing keeping her where she is that she wants something like certain safety.
Yeah.
And I told her, well, you on this hand want to pursue your greatness, and this other hand you want to feel safe. And like my good friend Ty says, you have two conflicted goals. So of course they're gonna collide. I don't think that doesn't mean that you have to choose one or the other forever, but you have to choose one or the other first. So you can go and pursue your greatness and take a leap of faith, and then you will go back and build your stability that you like, because we all want some sort of level of stability. I wanted to ask you, when in your life you felt that dilemma where you had something very safe and certain, like job related, and then you have an amazing opportunity to go for it, but like no guarantees?
So for me, that's why the relationship example, I think, oh, no, I do. Yes. When we started Keto Fit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was
So
earning.
context.
Yes.
Keto Fit, our first business
Yes.
together. We were living for the first time together after like 2 months that we met each other. And then the first year, after just one year, we built Keto Fit Academy.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that because I've been a little like quite bold in my career. I think I've always kind of chosen like leaps of faith. I cannot work on something that I don't believe in at all. And so
that.
I had first done that with my nomad journey, and then starting my first business.
Sorry,
That-
so you
yeah.
said you could never work on something that you're not fully passionate about. No, you said
Yeah.
I cannot work on something that I don't fully believe in.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you never really work for the money?
Never.
Wow.
Never. That's the thing. That's why I guess for me the first example was the relationship one, because that was the one that I felt the most trapped by stability. Whereas in work, I don't know, I have always been rather passionate, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I do remember that I had slipped into it right then with Keto Fit because I started earning more than ever before.
Before
And-
Keto Fit.
Yeah, before Keto Fit, in the role that I had. It was a business I had started, but I was getting a salary from it for being the director. And that was playa. Like it was, I had never felt so, safe and chill. And it feels really good. And then I remembered feeling wrong about where the company was going and just the whole way that it was structured. I was feeling really conflicted at that time. And you were building up your
My personal brand.
your personal brand.
At the
And
time, it was just like JJ Lednich.
yeah. And so then, and we started to work together and come up with this idea of doing something on our own.
Yeah.
And I remember being very nervous about that because, yeah, it's kind of funny how it's actually a curse to be in a good situation, to have a good job, good salary.
Makes it harder.
It makes it harder. Yeah, as where before I was hustling, like it was easy to take a leap because I had very little to give up.
Oh, interesting. I just want to make a parenthesis right now. And I think that's why for us, it's so easy to make these radical changes all the time. Like people ask us whenever we get in a phone call, it's like, okay, where are you now?
Yeah.
And what are you doing now? Like people have no idea. For a lot of people, might seem crazy because it involves like a huge change. But for us, because we're all constantly in that momentum, changing, it's not hard because we don't have that certainty. We haven't ever like stay in one city in a one job for years, because that certainty is something that you build. Like all those people doubting, they earn that. They earn that stability. They work hard for it. So of course, I invested so much time and energy and resources that of course I'm going to be thinking to take the leap of faith or not. So it's kind of unfair for them to be listening to us because we are on the other side of the spectrum. But I think this is why this is valuable for them, because we're seeing life from a completely different lens, and then we can tell them how life it is from here.
Absolutely. And so I'll say making that leap to Keto Fit, you helped me a lot. That you really helped encourage my faith, and just you kept saying like, as long as we're together, like together we will figure it out no matter what it is. And I did not believe you at the beginning, but over time I have. And yes, there have been so many ups and downs. We've had lots of rough moments, but I can say one of the main reasons why I wanted to leave and start to do Keto Fit, it was because I was working in marketing and I thought, I will never truly understand marketing if I don't do it for myself. Like if you do it for clients, it's just so different.
It's just theory, right?
Yeah, it's theory. You get to test things out, but at the end of the day, you can still blame their product, their thing, or whatever. But when you have to do it for yourself, you really go all in. And that completely changed my understanding of what you need to do to grow a community online. Like the level, it's not like you just post 3 posts a week and you're gonna magically grow an audience. Like, And so I knew that I needed to level up, I needed to learn. And so even when we went through hard times, I think that helped push me forward. How about
Another-
you, though? Yeah.
When I met
yeah.
you, I finally made it to the top of this company that I was working for very fast, like within less than a year. Before I was doing something completely different. I was about to become like a yoga instructor that I want to travel the world and just live very, very cheap and just humble and have like kind of like a Buddha lifestyle. And I was so convinced that that was my path. But there was something inside me that felt like, I think you're just settling, JJ. So it feels safe, that decision. Like, yeah, this is a nice path, but it's not a great path, I think. I'm not going to achieve greatness here. And I remember coming back from one of the studios that I just shook hands with the owner and said, I'm going to start teaching yoga here. And then my goal was to eventually build my own studio with a nice cafe on the first floor, and the second floor will be the studio. So I had the vision, and something inside me when I was with I was with my dad, and we were driving back home with beautiful sunset. And what I love about my dad is that he know how to read the moment, and he didn't ask me anything. And in that silence, I started listening to myself, and I keep telling myself, there's something else for you. And then I got a phone call. Before leaving the car, I got a phone call. And it was this friend from Santiago who said, dude, like, I just got this job and it's amazing. I'm making a lot of money. I think you're like good looking. You're very good at like speaking in public. I think you're going to do great. And this is the money that you could make. And it's like, whoa. Just when I shook hands, I was ready, committed with my vision. I get out of the car and I look at the sky and say, I don't know what you want from me. Like, please tell me what to do. I talked to my parents and they told me, well, they're kind of old fashioned. Most of the boomers, I would say, maybe, because they like the idea of me being an entrepreneur, but they are like more like, man, have something, have like, have a job. And they say, well, what if you try this job and see what happens? Maybe you can make some money and then invest it in your idea. It's like, amazing. Thank you, business coaches, for this. So I took the job and I was doing great. I was making a lot of money. I had fun. I grew a lot, and I met you.
And I ruined everything.
And I felt like what I felt for you was nothing compared with what I felt at the top of this business. It was nothing. It was like the business was like black and white, and then life with you was like full color. So then when you left after only 2 months being together, I thought, well, let me just keep saving some money.
I left the country. Yeah.
What?
When I left the country.
Yes, you left the country. Yes, when you left the country. And I started saving some money, but then after just 1 month, I started missing you so much that I knew that I needed to follow you. Like, I needed to pursue this relationship. And it wasn't just you. It was the possibility of a life with you. It was like you came to my life and then show me that it is an amazing door that leads to the world. Because I've always dreamed about leaving my country, but never actually did it. And I keep like putting it off because I'm building this nice lifestyle. I made it, right? Because I come from a very humble family. So the money that I was making for me, I was rich.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough. And I remember one of the times that I had a conference, I was sitting outside of the hotel, just looking at the ocean and feeling so sad that you left and feeling so lost. And I didn't know why. I just knew, okay, can't keep doing this. So I decided to quit. No guarantees, no certainties. I thought, well, worst case scenario, I'm just going to start over, because it was going to a different country, following you to Panama. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just knew that I needed to leave. And same as you, I took the leap. At the beginning, it's like, yes, I feel alive. Finally, I left my country. I'm going to get to spend my time with you. We're going to keep building this relationship. Yeah. But then, a few weeks later, you went back to your normal life, building your business, me staying home alone, very alone, with my thoughts and the typical voice in your head, like, dude, what have you done?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your life? Like, you had an amazing thing there, and now you have nothing. And now you have your woman making like a lot of money. She's like shining. She's like killing it. And you're like here by yourself, a loser. What are you going to do? So of course I regret it, but I never felt like I wanted to go back. I just felt like I wanted to kill myself.
So much better.
So much better. But everything changed when you told me, love, I think you need to travel because something in the past really helped me. And it was traveling. When I had doubts, I just travel. And I agree. It's not that traveling will give you maybe the answer, but what can surely do for you is going to give you perspective. And you can apply that not necessarily to leave the country, but to live where you are today. If you leave and pursue that thing that you want to pursue, you're gonna have a different perspective, and you're gonna grow. You're gonna learn. You're gonna feel alive. You're gonna regret, but then you will understand more who you are, like truly. And I think that's why we're here. We're not here to feel certainty and security. I think actually security is an illusion. You told me this morning.
Yeah.
If the business goes to hell, then you're out of job, and then you still have to start all over again. But and you didn't decide it, so that sucks even more. You
Yeah,
can be
'cause-
fired tomorrow, and then things can change.
Exactly. That was a travel company that you were working for, and then COVID hit 2 years later.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of your friends are still working there, but I'm sure the company went
Yeah.
through a
They
lot.
they struggle.
Yeah.
They struggle. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. A lot of us chase stability. It's like stability is the goal, but it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in a job, in a relationship. Searching for stability, I think, makes you weaker.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think having the entrepreneurial mindset, in my opinion, it just makes you stronger. I'll admit, I've never quite understood people the job mentality in general, because I've never been one that really has jobs. And so like when I hear people say like I couldn't find a job for like 6 months or a year and I was getting desperate, and that just blows my mind, because for me, with an entrepreneurial mindset, you're not waiting for someone to pick you. You just look for problems to solve, and then you solve them. And there's problems everywhere. Everyone has problems. And so whenever you want to make money, you just go and help people and solve their problems, and then you have money. Like it just.
Or you help other people solve problems, because there's two kind of people: the entrepreneur and then the people who likes to have a job.
Yeah.
And that both are necessary.
Yeah.
But if you are the kind of people who likes to have a job, but you're not satisfied with what you're doing, you can find a different mission to support and to give your resources and time and vision, right? But it still requires a change.
Yeah, but it's still, you can have an entrepreneurial mindset of approaching to get a job, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Like you go to them and say, hey, I see that you need, someone to help with your podcast and you offer value, and then they can hire you or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you can get that balance of stability, but still it's a different energy, I guess, of putting yourself out there. And I think the more that you do it, the better you get at it.
Yes, that's true. I want to expose a quick situation that happened, and I want to know your thoughts.
Okay.
So my brother told me, I met this woman at church that is a concerned mother for her daughter that went to the university, finished everything, did everything amazing, but now she's out of job, and she's been like 6 months without a job. My brother was like, please talk to her. And I did. I asked her what was her current situation, and she just said, yeah, just I'm looking for a job. I'm willing to do whatever, like work in a cafe or Subway, because I cannot find a job. And that was it. Then I asked her, okay, send me your resume. I'll see if I can help you with something. And we had a meeting, a video call. Like we were giving her our time to just sit with her and just talk and see what we could do for her. And she texted me and say, hey, I'm not feeling very well today. Could we just keep talking through WhatsApp, and then you can just let me know if there's any job that you can find? That immediately turned me off. And then I talked to a friend that I know that she could help her. And I told her, add this person on LinkedIn, and then tell her that you are coming from JJ, and she will help you with some job opportunities. And she said, and no, thank you at the point. And this, what will this job be? Like, what is it? And then I said, oh my gosh, I don't think I won't recommend this person. So I called my brother and say, dude, I don't think I can help this person because she doesn't really want to be help. She just want help. She doesn't want to do the job.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that situation, and what advice you have for someone who is looking for a job and she's not getting it, or he's not getting it?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I love your read, and I love that you trusted yourself on that, because I think something we've really learned over the years is that you can't go too far to help people, because they have to want it.
Yes, they have to want it.
They have to.
Yes.
And otherwise it's just wasted, really. I think we're trying to balance it, because obviously we want to help the world, but I think that's why we like about the podcast and things like that. We want to just put stuff out there, and we know that the people who want it will take whatever they need to succeed. They will take what they need to learn, to grow, whatever.
So more than want it, you have to show it.
You have to show it
For
you have
yourself.
to take action.
Yeah, take action.
The person, Flower, that came to talk to us, I know, and I told her this, that I know you're going to be successful because you're taking the initiative. You're taking the initiative to talk to us. Like, she actually buttered us up for a while. She was like being really nice to set up the situation.
That's true.
I said with Cesar when I was first encouraging him to make the leap to leave the bad job and come join us, was like, I know you're going to be successful because of your attitude, that you just look for ways to help, to solve problems, to take initiative, to do these things. So you're going to be fine no matter what, because that's all it takes, really. And with this girl, yeah, you can see she didn't even ask you for help initially. It was her mom that's trying to
Oh, good point. I missed that 100%.
save her, right? And
Right.
so honestly, I'd say at the end of the day, we all get what we want. There's a difference between what we say we want, like what you say, oh, I want a job, I want this,
Versus what you do for it.
Yes, what you do for it, but like what you really want inside. Because if you, like, she says she wants a job, but I think she doesn't want a job. So what you do is a demonstration of what you really, really want.
Okay, so to close the episode, I would like to just tell our friend Flower that this image came to my mind. Imagine when you were a kid and you were learning how to ride a bike and you had to use the little wheels. That's the comfort zone. That's your safety. But then you can prepare to jump and take out the wheels and then ride a bike on your own. No matter what you do with the process, there's going to be a time, like a specific moment, that you will have to take the little wheels out, and then have like a little leap of faith. Even if it's just like 5 seconds, but it's 5 seconds of leap of faith, and you have to trust that you got it. And then you start paddling. And yes, you might fall, but that's the point of growth. Like, you need to sacrifice something. But then you will get to paddle forever and travel the world in your bike if you want. So think about that, where you are today. Believe in your capacities. Greatness, there's so many ways to say this, but greatness is on the other side of the decision that you're avoiding.
Yeah, your best life is on the other side of
Your
fear,
best
they
life.
say.
Yeah, your best life is on the other side of fear.
I will say, for all the hard times that we've gone through after a leap of faith, every single leap of faith that I've had, relationships, jobs, leaving countries, everything, has always been worth it.
Oh, yes.
Always. Like, they are the chapters of my book. They
yes.
are my story.
Yeah.
Without
I like that.
them, I wouldn't have a story at all. And yes, there will be long, dark periods.
But it will be worth it.
It'll be worth it. And you just have to remember that this is part of your hero's journey. This is you building your character, building who you are, your capabilities, and your confidence in yourself, and just becoming a cooler person.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much for all your stories and always being so vulnerable and open. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for being such a great host.
I'm a good
Leading.
host. Okay, baby, let's go. Well, thank you guys. We have another episode to film right now, Spanish. Woohoo! So you can watch it twice, English and Spanish, if you're learning
Practice
how to speak Spanish. Or both. Okay.
Right.
Love you guys. Love you, Flower.
We
See you in the
believe
next
in you.
episode. Yeah.